Kairos team with,
Frisco unit
which is located,
in Dilley, Texas.
which is somewhere around San Antonio.
It's south, about an hour south of San
San
Antonio.
Antonio.
Yeah.
Okay. And how long have you been working Kairos?
I've been serving on that team. I've been serving since 2008. I've been with that team since 2000 and I think 10. It's about 14 years.
Okay. And I understand that you came to Kairos actually as
An offender.
an offender.
Yes, I did. Yeah. So I was on the Mule unit in Amarillo, Texas. So in April of 2005, I was selected for Kairos number 16 on the Mule unit. So yeah, I went through that and I was released a few years later, but I've been involved in the ministry really since my weekend, which is 2005.
So you're here today because we at Golden Butterfly Bakers did 300 dozen cookies for y'all to take to your fall weekend in October.
Yes.
Tell us what the cookies mean to the guys on the guys on the weekend.
Yeah, I mean, so Kairos is a ministry of love, right? It's all about agape love, and one of the things that we use to show love, the agape love, is food and primarily cookies. And from my personal perspective, having walked a mile or more in their shoes and knowing how important the cookies are and the fact of getting something homemade, freshly made, I felt like maybe we weren't giving them the best. And fortunately, last November, I also served on the outside team of the Coleman unit, which this bakery also supports. And I was able to taste the cookies, and so I just presented them to our team and said it's worth us coming over an 8-hour drive to pick up cookies because the guys deserve it. They need to know how big God's love is, and that means giving them the very best.
So tell us about the forgiveness cookies.
Okay, yeah. So the forgiveness cookies are a special bag. We do a forgiveness ceremony on Saturday night, and part of that ceremony is we give the guys a special bag, and that bag is designated for someone who on the unit they either had held in unforgiveness or still needed to forgive and weren't able to release it at the forgiveness ceremony. And we ask them to take the cookies and give it to them and ask them for forgiveness. So it's usually somebody maybe that's bullying them on the unit or they're having some run-ins with and things like that. So it's a pretty powerful. The forgiveness cookie is probably the most powerful cookie on the weekend. So yeah, that's what that is.
So when you did your Kairos weekend when you were in prison, what did the forgiveness cookies mean to you personally?
So there was a guy on the unit that was he professed to be a Christian, but his actions didn't necessarily show that to people. And he was known around our unit on the cell block that I was on to steal and all the time when you're sleeping, you come in and take things out of your if you weren't there. And so I had a couple run-ins with him where I caught him in my bunk, and so I had a lot of animosity towards him, and so for me it was just being able to release that. Again, when you hold that in your heart, you can't hear God's voice. It's like putting on earmuffs. It's like soundproof Bose earmuffs. You just can't hear. You can't hear him speak to you when you've got that hardness about somebody. So it meant a tremendous for me to just in my walk and my relationship with God.
Well, I want to say from a Golden Butterfly Baker's perspective, we're doing cookies now for 7 or 8 different weekends in spring and fall. And I think this is one of the ministry areas that really touches our heart because personally I've worked some Kairos weekends over the years and I've seen how the weekend changes these guys.
Yeah,
It really, really changes them and makes permanent changes in their lives. So
absolutely.
We are so blessed that we can be a small part of the making Kairos successful during that weekend. This is really, for me personally, it really does, it touches my heart to know that the cookies are going to make a little bit of a difference in these guys' lives, or the women.
Yeah.
Because we do provide cookies for one women's unit now. So
the unit that I serve on.
Yeah,
Coleman.
Yes.
So Yeah. So I mean, when it comes to the cookies, first from the Briscoe family, I would say thank you. I get emotional.
That's okay.
I think everybody needs to know. Everybody needs to know God's best, and everybody needs to know that God's intention is His very best for them in everything. And so, for us to be able to partner and come over and get these cookies that I know were baked with love by your team and yourself, it means the world to me. It'll mean the world to the men that'll be on this weekend, and I know our team will certainly appreciate them. But yeah, but we appreciate it. We're so grateful that you agreed to fit us in. I know you've got a lot. I know you do a lot with the homeless and a lot with Kairos.
Mm-hmm.
We're grateful that you allowed us to be a part of your blessing them. So
Well, and we're grateful to be a part of what you all do.
Yeah.
So
Thank you
thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you so much.
good to see you.